in downtown Miami, palm trees, fancy rides, and a brutal brawl. Feels like GTA on some mission. 2-on-1 fight, one wrong move, and someone might pull heat. Gotta film on the down low, flash that camera, and all three will jump you in a heartbeat.
From Russia, well, Russia, we don't do that in America. What the fuck with that camera?
It's Lyadov here, and today we're in Miami. Remember in GTA how Tommy Vercetti cruised on bikes in that iconic blue palm tree shirt through Vice City, the game's version of Miami? What's the city really like? Of course, it has its ups and downs. Our guy Lyosha Malikov went there and ended up staying in one of the ghetto areas.
But behind the palms and skyscrapers, beyond the beautiful views, a whole different world is hiding. I'm not talking about addicts or the homeless who are everywhere in big cities, but about the talented folks living and working here, pouring their hearts into what they do.
This is how people from Miami live.
Are you subscribed to our channel? Not yet? The sad thing is that Anton can't go on his next adventure until you do. So pretty please, subscribe now. That's right. Go ahead, click subscribe. Well done and thank you. We can continue now.
Man, honestly, I'm in shock. Where I've ended up and where I'll be living. I've got a ton of gear in my car that I'll bring inside, of course. But I'm thinking it might not even be safe to keep all this stuff at home. I reached Miami after dark and couldn't believe I was finally here. No skyscrapers, just rundown one-story houses with boarded windows and tilting fences. I checked Google Maps to verify the address. Where's my hotel? Is it even in this area?
I'll go in again, I'll go in. They'll shoot me, no. I'm serious, I'm scared. I wanted to film some ghetto area for a picture, but I never thought I'd end up living in it. This is my first business trip. When booking the hotel, I was worried about the low room price. Now I'm here, it's clear this isn't a tourist area and locals aren't friendly.
See that guy in the background? I'm acting like I don't notice him at all, but if he's in frame, you can meet my neighbors this way. What's this guy doing? Why is he standing there half naked? He noticed he was on camera and started following me. Locals here react badly to cameras. You could get beaten up for filming. I had to speed up and get out of there. I can't stop filming, it's too dangerous. To avoid trouble, I quickly pulled into the nearest gas station, steering clear of that half-naked guy looking for a fight. I was holding my phone, filming, thinking no one would notice me. While browsing, a local guy kept eyeing me. Maybe he spotted me recording. And when I got to the checkout, he aggressively asked,
What do you want?
You could say we entered Miami from the back door. The city itself is quite different. Miami is one of the fastest growing cities in America. In 2021,
the city's population grew by 4,000 people weekly, impacting housing costs. You know who's unaffected by wars or inflation? The homeless. Their homes, sidewalks and tents haven't changed in value. Someone just lives there.
I'm walking under overpasses now. Skyscrapers here, homeless shelters there. The smell is, well, I can't even describe it.
This isn't unique for Miami. I wasn't looking for these shots, just walking between filming and stumbled upon a very specific area. It's 5 minutes from downtown, but look what's happening. People are lying on the streets, some under rags, others leaning on metal fences. There might be a cart with belongings or a bag or stuff just lying on the pavement like the people. Nobody cares, not even the police. True freedom.
Damn, who are they yelling at?
People look odd, of course. They walk, twitch, talk to themselves. Look, that guy's crossing the road. He doesn't care about the cars at all. He seems totally lost, not knowing where he is or what's happening. But walk just a few dozen meters and you're in a completely different world. Imagine under one bridge, both homeless folks and skaters.
This is a perfect location because it's under a bridge, so the sun doesn't hit you so hard all day, and we turn on the lights when it starts getting dark. And please, come and enjoy. This is what we do. We'll be here every day.
Danny's a skater himself, working and riding here. It's cool with people of all ages, from kids to grown men. Skateboarding's now Olympic. Skaters can go from under bridges to Olympic podiums. Remember Julian? We might see him on an Olympic podium soon.
Right now, it's a hobby, but I want to be bigger. Like, I want to grow and be a professional skateboarder for sure.
What I really like about the US is how you can find these $5 deals on practically every corner.
Oh, in Miami, this is crucial. See how it's all decked out with skate park themes?
I expected to see homeless and skaters in Miami, but what really surprised me was the roosters. Chickens are everywhere, clucking with pigeons, sharing food, chasing each other on the streets. You can spot roosters all over the city.
Wow, these homeless folks, roosters and chickens, picked a sweet spot. There's this weird mushroom thing. No clue what it is, but it's pretty darn creative.
In the rough neighborhoods I visited, most folks were African American. But don't assume they're all out to hurt or rob you. Remember when I stopped for gas my first night in Miami? I got nervous when a local guy approached me.
What you want?
Washing powder.
Washing powder?
Yeah.
Where takes you?
Winn-Dixie?
Yeah, that way.
Ah,
5 blocks.
5 blocks.
That way.
Okay, thank you so much.
As soon as I left the store, I ran into a police car. Despite the nice guy at the gas station, the vibe was still meh. I went to this store a black stranger recommended. It's just a regular chain supermarket like our Piatorochka, but you know, it had a really weird vibe. I felt like a total fish out of water, literally. I walked around the store with my phone camera on just in case. So there's this kid in the frame standing with me at checkout picking out chocolates. But let's just watch him. In the car, I realized I'd overreacted. Nothing dangerous was happening. You'd think a kid stole some candy, people around are crazy, but no one's fighting or shooting, just unfriendly looks. As I relaxed, a fight broke out at the intersection. Two guys jumped one, threw him on the road and started a brawl. I suddenly put myself in his shoes. For locals, this is a common sight. No one even pays much attention to it.
Damn, what's wrong with him? He's acting crazy. I just don't get it. Downtown Miami, this is supposed to be the center, but it's a sketchy area. I don't feel safe here at all.
The contrast is striking. Throughout the week of filming, I was constantly amazed at how one city could contain such diversity. It's like there are 3 different cities, one for tourists, another for locals, and a third for migrants. People smile at you everywhere, but pull out a camera in the wrong place and you're in for trouble.
Who you recording?
Huh?
Who you recording though, me?
Yeah.
Why? From Russia? Well, Russia, we don't do that in America.
Yeah.
When I was filming this, I knew I was dealing with something incredibly dangerous. I was shaking inside, so I switched to naive tourist mode. Sometimes it works. I just asked whatever came to mind first.
You like Russian?
I don't have a problem with Russian. I got a problem with y'all president.
Yeah?
I don't like him. Take that camera down there. Go film somewhere else.
Yeah?
Go film somewhere else.
Okay. Okay, sorry. I'm tourist.
Get the fuck with that camera.
Okay.
Right then, I realized this thin ice is about to give way.
Okay.
Sir, please leave him alone. Walk down this way.
All right, I'm out of here.
And yeah, at that moment, I totally blanked on where my house was. Every night, something weird went down in my room. I'd hear these bone-chilling screams from next door.
And she didn't pay them people. It's black people's fault. You call the police on me for murder? And I'm sitting here, I'm the one being harassed. You like to come and pick up the phone on me, you bitch?
Damn, what the hell is this?
Don't assume Miami's all ghetto at night. There are plenty of safe areas, and some former rough spots like Wynwood are becoming safer.
This was the ghetto area where the worst slums were located, a really run-down neighborhood. It was a semi-criminal area. You couldn't come here during the day, let alone in the evening. Then one developer bought up the entire area for commercial real estate development. He hired artists to paint and create modern art on the walls of the building. Gradually, this attracted many tourists and residents who came to see and photograph the area, transforming it into one of the most promising neighborhoods.
We hop in Sergey's convertible and head to Wynwood. The area recently looked like where I was staying, but now it's transformed. Same buildings, but they're art pieces now because every single house is painted. The whole street's one big canvas.
Play no games, no way. Play no games, no way. Play no games, no way. Play no games.
I'm a creative soul. Even a trash can plastered with stickers gives me aesthetic joy. Science, look, man, I just adore this stuff.
It's like a hipster hangout. Dreadlocks, piercings, and tattoos everywhere. Everyone's rocking a laid-back style. Girls in silk shirts and wide leg pants. Even the dogs sport trendy bandanas.
Every weekend here it's bustling with barbecues, Korean food, and everything you can imagine. People relax and dress up in their brightest and best outfits to fit in with the style of this vibrant, colorful neighborhood.
Just a few steps away, there's a group of cyclists doing tricks. Check it out, they're not blocking the street. Cars are driving by, people are crossing. It's bustling with activity.
There's a brand store selling drones, but it's also styled to match the area. You've got everything here: banks, shops, restaurants, chain stores, the works.
Here, every building is a work of art. Walls are fully painted, often in Cubist style. Even pillars are adorned with sculptures.
We're right in the heart of Wynwood, where every shop, restaurant, and local business tries to showcase itself in the most creative way possible. To do this, they hire street artists, famous or not, aiming to make it as vibrant and positive as possible with a creative concept.
Even the cars here look unique. Check out this pink cutie with eyelashes, rhinestone-covered dash. It's like a life-size toy car. Sergey's friend rented this car for easy city cruising.
Guys, if you like my video and if you like what we're doing, I would really appreciate if you support us on Patreon, on Pioneer, or on PayPal, and we try to make even more great films from new dangerous places for you. Thank you. All the links are in the description. Please donate.
To get a sense of how Hispanic Miami is, just walk down the main streets. You'll see we're surrounded by Spanish-speaking Latin restaurants everywhere. By the way, this street we're on is called Espanola Way, or Espanola.
In Miami, everything's in Spanish, even the instant noodle instructions. Why is there so much Spanish in Miami? Let's break it down. Miami's on the coast, right next to the Gulf of Mexico and Caribbean. It's just a 90-minute flight from Cancun, Mexico to Miami. Remember, they speak Spanish in Mexico. Honduras and Nicaragua are close too, only a 2-hour flight away. These Spanish-speaking countries send thousands, maybe millions of immigrants to America. But the largest group in Miami? Cubans. Cuba's only 180 kilometers from Florida's coast. You could almost swim to Miami. The biggest Cuban immigration wave to Florida happened in 1980. Fidel Castro's regime was facing another economic disaster. Protests were growing in the country. To avoid being overthrown, Castro let everyone leave Cuba. Before that, leaving legally was impossible. Like in the Soviet Union, you needed exit permits, which were rarely given. So people jumped at this offer and rushed to the States in makeshift boats. Conservative estimates say 125,000 migrants came to Florida in just 6 months.
I'm heading to meet Jesus, a Cuban fisherman who's passionate about his craft. I'm really curious to get to know him. He lives in Miami and recently caught a massive marlin. It's such a huge fish that it made the news, setting a record in Miami. Remember that boat mission in GTA Vice City? Tommy Vercetti meets his gang, enters a gate, and gets into some shady business. That location looks just like this. Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Alex.
Alex, nice to meet you, sir.
Jesus.
Jesus, yes.
What is correct pronunciation?
Well, you got different pronunciation. In English, you got one. In Spanish, you got another one. In Spanish, Jesus.
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 Yeah.
Jesus, born in Cuba, now captains a yacht. He once sailed to America on a small boat, an old fishing vessel, with his wife and 3-year-old daughter. Back then, there was also a mass exodus of Cubans to America. In the early 90s, protests against Castro's policies erupted in Cuba, and the Soviet Union collapsed. The USSR had subsidized Cuba for many years. The country began to starve, and that's no exaggeration. Store shelves were completely empty. We remember this from the 90s too, so Cuba wasn't a priority. Fidel, to keep power, pulled his old trick and let people leave the country. Jesus quickly took his wife and tiny daughter, sailing off to a better life.
A wood boat, 18-footer with a very small engine, 14 horsepower, so it's good enough for us.
With the kid on a rickety boat in the ocean, imagine how desperate you'd have to be to risk it all for a new country. They drifted for days until the US Coast Guard caught them and sent them to Guantanamo Bay. It's an American base on Cuban soil, leased by the US to this day. In 2002, they added a prison for international terrorists on the base. In the 90s, it held Cuban refugees fleeing their country. Sending these desperate emigrants there was seen as the best option. Jesus might not have made it to American shores on such an old boat.
So we just crossed the Florida Strait, and then the US, thank God, the US Coast Guard get us, and they put in Guantanamo Bay for 5 months, 15 days. We just stay there all this time with my daughter, 3 years old.
There they waited for entry permission from the US government. The Cubans' motivation back then was absolutely insane. While waiting, they built gyms and nearly art galleries on base, hoping it'd help their case. It worked.
Finally, we arrived here in February 1995. We just get out of Cuba in August 18, 1994. So all the difference between this time to February 1995, we just went on Guantanamo Bay.
After Guantanamo, Jesus settled in Miami with his family. He worked as a driver, but when the company closed in 2000, a neighbor suggested he get a yacht operator's license. He eagerly agreed, as it had been his childhood dream ever since he and his father went out on homemade boats in the ocean.
From 2000 until now,
yes,
I get involved with the boat activity, charter, fishing. I get my own boat, 2000, and then I just get my license and I jump to a biggest boat,
Yeah.
And then in the biggest boat, basically what you're doing is just chartered, working for the company, that they rent the boat for go fishing.
Now, Asus makes a living taking small groups fishing. For him, it's not just a job, but practically a dream come true. Over the years, Jesus has fully equipped his boat. There's a special cooler for the catch and a cabinet for guest drinks. But the main treasure is a room with fishing rods and tackle. They're even attached to the ceiling.
And this is the crown jewel of the boat. Tons of rods and reels, all kinds of powerful spinners, perfect for big fish. It's a massive heavy-duty setup.
Yeah, it's all for business, fancy rods and gear to give clients options, but even that doesn't make the boat owner here rich. Sure, it pays the bills, but a luxury pad? Not likely. For Jesus, it's about doing what he loves.
Let me tell you something. I told the people many times, you doing this kind of job, you're not going to be a wealthy or a rich guy. It's no money involved that pay you to do that kind of fortune. No. But the kind of life that I got, I feel so happy that I can die tomorrow. I don't care. I already enjoyed a lot. Of course, I want to enjoy more, but I enjoyed a lot. You know, it's something that motivates me a lot to prepare, to be ready. I'm suffering today because look at how beautiful it's today to go for sword fishing.
Taking folks fishing on a small boat is a popular pastime in Miami. Mike's better at driving on water than on land. Born and raised in Miami, he knows the bay like the back of his hand. Plus, now there's automatic control.
You follow this
yes.
Monitor.
Follow my chart plotter and my depth recorder.
Raleigh heads out to the bay with Mike. They work as a team. It's hard to tell if he's more captain or angler. He's so into the prep, baiting hooks and minding all the rods.
So my biggest catch out here when it comes to sharks, I've caught a 600-pound bull shark out from South Florida. Comes to a grouper. Last year, me and Captain Mike, we were fishing for sharks using a big bonita with a circle hook. We're just there waiting, and then we end up hooking up to this 80-pound black grouper. One of the best fish we've seen out here, one of the biggest groupers I've seen. There's other bigger fish that we've seen out here, but that so far, that's my number one right there.
Mike scans his monitor for fish clusters and plans his route accordingly.
Go ahead, Rolly. Okay, Rolly, give it a whirl. Right there.
So the captain's saying right now he's looking at the instruments to see where the fish are. He spots a school and tells the crew to catch them. I had no idea that's how it worked. Nowadays it's high tech, but I guess in the old days they just hope for the best. I'm trying to catch a fish now. Oh, there's something. It's pulling, I think. To be honest, this is probably the first time I've held a fishing rod. I never fished as a kid.
But the fish aren't biting much today. Even with all the fancy new gear, luck's still half the battle.
As far as fishing goes, am I going to get super rich fishing? No. But would I trade it for anything in the world? The answer is no. I love fishing. I make a good living at it. And it's like you said, it's like being happy. I mean, I'm happy to be out here every single day and to catch fish and to make my clients happy. And I love doing it. I mean, I make a living at it.
Raleigh's got a bite, but it's not the big catch the team's after. The depth's about 10 here, and they're aiming for the big fish.
Well, we've caught some small fish for now.
So we didn't catch anything. Not feeding the local pelicans who eagerly await incoming boats would be criminal. They're not scared of me. They just see a stranger.
I wonder, will he bite me or not?
They eat from local captains' hands happily. Could do circus acts with them. Nearly bit Stan's finger off. Stan owns these 2 yachts we just sailed on. He doesn't go to sea anymore. His crew, Mike, Rowley and others, do it for him. His yacht looks brand new, though it's over 50 years old. He maintains them carefully and even befriends birds.
Yeah. You know, some birds are over with 20 years. They don't. They come here in March or April. They go up to North Carolina over 2,000 well away suburbs. And they come right back here September or October, and they come right up to you, tap you on the leg, and bam.
Over 10 years. Over 10 years every day. When I go to my car, they wait by the car. When I come here, the 2 birds are here.
Cubans in Miami have their own neighborhood called Little Havana. Check out how colorful it is. All the houses are painted and even McDonald's, America's iconic symbol, is styled Cuban. The building sports a mosaic with a Cuban flag shirt. Flags are everywhere, on windows, houses and locals' clothes. It's super patriotic. In restaurants, Cuban cuisine is quite unique. Locals don't eat potatoes. Instead, they use black beans and plantains as sides. They fry them, make chips, and prepare them in various ways.
So it turns out all these products come straight from Latin America, like Cuba. They're grown there. I love this banana. It's really delicious.
The locals look incredibly stylish. Check out that Cuban with a cigarette, rocking an orange tracksuit and a movie star cap. And there's a true gentleman in a wide-brimmed white hat. Everyone's dressed to the nines for their evening stroll.
Car plates are my passion. I collect from all over. They look so real, don't they? Is it real? They're real plates, just decommissioned ones.
Sorry.
While locals own the city by day, tourists take over at night. The center buzzes with people, bars, clubs, and restaurants open all week. On streets, you'll find offers of legal pills and other illicit stuff.
I got marijuana and cocaine.
No, thank you.
A transgender performer takes the stage. The audience shows no surprise. Music blares in English, Spanish, and Russian. The best part here, the sunrises and sunsets. Check out this incredible view. The perfect way to end the day. Ocean, sunset, endless sky.
With your head on your heart, please tell me which way to
realized again it's simple, but we often forget that we need to just live in the now. Meeting people from various professions and outlooks, I can say they share one thing. They all love what they do. Live in the moment, here and now. To me, that's life's essence. Don't put things off. Enjoy this sunset right now as it's happening. Can't believe what I'm seeing right now. It's blowing my mind.